Good morning everyone, it's Glenda here from Children's Services. I am helping you today with a new feature that we are launching in the ENTO system for casuals to try and make gaining work and rejecting work a lot easier for you. So we have looked at the system and taken into account your survey results that we recently acquired from those that were able to complete the survey for us. Thank you again for those who did that. And we've made a change in the settings on the ENTO app. So just to give you an idea of what we're looking at, I hope this screen can talk to that screen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here is the ENTO app. I have an iPhone, so that's the way that it presents on my phone. It may look slightly different to your phone, depending on what kind of system you're using. So that's the iPhone interface, but it'll be similar menu items, and all the features are available on Android, even if the buttons look a little bit different. Okay, so you can see here that we have check shifts available. I have a test account, and I've given myself a couple of shifts upcoming. And each of those shifts you can acknowledge. They're based on my availabilities that I have placed in the system and my unavailable dates. So the system has assumed that because I didn't say I was not available, then I must be available to do these shifts. So these are the shifts that I have currently said that I can do. Now I can either click this green button at the top here that says acknowledge all, or I can go in and acknowledge each of these shifts individually. I'm going to acknowledge all for now. So that takes me to the acknowledge all page. And I have acknowledged them all there. Okay, so what we're going to do now, here we go. Okay, that now shows me my shifts. They've moved from need acknowledgement down to upcoming, and it shows me all the shifts there. What we've turned on is these three buttons at the bottom: drop, give, and swap. At the moment, if you click swap, nothing will happen because we don't have swap turned on. But we do have drop turned on now, which is pretty exciting. It's a bit of a different way of doing things to what we have done. So to give you an idea, I'm going to click on one of these shifts, the top one there, and I'm going to drop it. Okay, and it then will ask you if you want to put a reason in there. So you can let that message will go to Kate and Lauren, and you can let them know why you can't do that shift anymore. Not available. Remembering that if you say you're not available, you also need to go back in and put that in as an unavailable date. Otherwise the system will just keep giving you shifts on that time. So it's really important that you keep that unavailable date up to scratch all the time. So that's just said dropping, and the shift is now gone from my list. Okay. The other feature that we've turned on, so that's now, instead of leaving a shift that you don't want to do, which is what we hear a lot of casuals have been doing, is leaving shifts that they don't want to do. We didn't know that you weren't going to do them. It's just the way it shows up in the background doesn't flag them. So we need this feature to be on so that we actually can see that, or that Kate and Lauren can see that on their system at their end, which is set up quite differently. Okay, so now another feature that I want to show you is the fill-in needed shift, okay, which is the third one down there. Apologize, it's quite blurry. See if I can get a better picture there. Yeah. Okay. So this is showing you some shifts that are coming up. It says shifts that need a fill-in. Okay. So there's a shift that's looking for someone that matches my qualifications and centres that I've said I'd work at. Now, in order to get your qualifications or centres changed, you must email Kate and Lauren. You can't do that. Okay, that's a shift setting we don't have turned on for you at the moment. It's actually not possible in the system for you to do that. We control that end of the information because of the way that it's set up. Okay, so given that I am already available and I've said that I would work at this centre, it's now showing me shifts that are available. So I can now go check my calendar, decide, yep, I want to do that shift, click on it, and I can acknowledge that I want to do it. I confirm that I'm available, and it moves it into the second category down, shifts that you have indicated you're available for. Now, it doesn't automatically give you that shift. What it does is send an email to Kate and Lauren, a notification to tell them that you've said you could now do that shift potentially. They will then come back and affirm whether or not you match the requirements for that service. There's a lot of things that we have to take into account. Even though qualifications and availability is important, there's other things that may come up. We may have another shift in mind for you. We might have another person that we've just spoken to on the phone who hasn't got to it in the time that you have. There could be a change at the centre that necessitates that we don't actually need that shift anymore. So depending on what the situation is and what happens, You may or may not be confirmed to that shift. So really important that you are checking your calendar every time, even for shifts you have indicated that you're available for. Really making sure that you're matching that to whatever diary system you use, or that you've got this set up to your phone calendar as well, which is another thing that you can do, and I'll do a different video on that to show you how that works. Okay, hopefully that will help you, those two features, so being able to drop a shift and being able to pick up shifts that are available in the centres that you've indicated you're happy to work in. And that will help greatly with eliminating phone calls and emails. So you, around those shifts, you don't have to then ring and say, hey, I said I could do that shift in ENTO, did you know? That's okay, it will automatically come through. And if 3 or 4 people put up their hand and say I can do that shift, then it's whoever hits that button first, basically, that will get offered that shift. We will keep monitoring and making sure that people aren't abusing this system and aren't taking advantage of it. And if we feel that that's happening, we will turn the feature back off again. But at the moment, we really feel that this is a really great feature to add to the system to be able to assist you in getting extra work on the days that you are available. At the moment, we are getting a lot of agency shifts, and we're getting a lot of people off sick in services because it's that time of year, and we're also hearing that there are still people at home who aren't working, and the problem we have there is around your unavailabilities. If the system says that you're not available that day, even if you put that in 4 months ago, we don't know. It will not show your name. So really important you keep that up to date, and I'll do another quick tip video on how to check that as well. Hope that's been really helpful. Hope it helps get you more work, and if you've got any questions, as always, contact Lauren and Kate and they'll be able to help you. Have a great day.